Guys, you're welcome again, everyone, live to Conversation with the Men. We are back on Susanna on the Move, and today we are having our conversation with Time with Wise Men. So, Time with Wise Men. Our conversation today will be on leadership and influence, and I'm going to bring on Logan. Logan is the chairperson for the committee. I'll bring a Logan to quickly do an introduction to us. So if
Hi,
you're
good
joining
afternoon.
us and you're not, please, you can be on mute for the meantime. Okay, so Logan.
Hi, good afternoon, all. Welcome. Sorry for the delay. We were waiting for others to join us, but unfortunately, maybe the weather has taken leadership in this, and that everybody is following the sun, not us, for the meeting today. Anyway, we'll proceed as planned, and uh, and what we are really talking about today is about leadership. And in leadership, it also depends on how much we invest in training others or motivating or inspiring others about what a leader should be and how we work around it, whether in the workplace or in the social places or work in NGOs or charities, or whether you're a CEO of an organization. At the end of the day, it's to do with teamwork, about partnership, and how we identify the different opportunities we have and the risk involved in leadership qualities and any type of business. And we know that it's also leadership with the parents, how the leadership skills are, whether you come from dysfunctional family or a very well-to-do family or a marginalized family. So this is all part of the growth in our lives, that how we sustain different, whether it's economics or politics, because everything starts at home. So when you want to be a good leader, we sometimes we idol worship, or we say who's the person who's your model role. I've always said Jesus. So, but that's my personal opinion. So the leadership qualities that one has about empathy, about kindness, about sharing, about caring, it all involves this. Whether you're a leader who's a disciplinarian, or you're a leader who's a dictator, are you a leader who believes in democracy, giving everybody a fair chance, fair turn, and whether you're a good listener or a poor listener, whether you speak or you talk, whether you listen or you hear. So these are extremely important when it comes to leadership. And where does one get leadership from? From the family, from the school. We learn from the school prefects. They are chosen, and because school prefects, they're chosen because they feel that they're good leaders, and they're also good disciplinarians because they conform to the doctrine of discipline. Or are they extreme in the measures that they don't like you, so they report you and you're in detention, or you get a cane in a stroke of the cane in your bum? So it all depends how one how we strategize things, how we ascertain it, how we review it, and how we test it. And this is what comes in policies, where, like the government, they dictate policies. Are they pushing it down our throats? So if there's no democracy, who's going to listen to us? Who is willing to learn from us? So a good leader will pass it on down the ranks, so that you show your skills to others, so that they learn from you. So it's also to do with empowerment. How are we going to empower the other people? How are we going to ensure that whatever resources we have, whether we have funding from county councils or we have no funding and we put it all out of our pocket, but the passion that we have to show that we can lead others. And these are all uh, hurdles when funding, or you come across people who want to block your chances of improving. And so this is where we have to sit and think about, how are we going to motivate other people? Without motivation, and I've already said inspiration, so how are we going to get along? How are we going to long road, a hot, sticky road, and we are walking without shoes? and that will delay you. So these are the things. Or you're walking on a hot road. Why don't you walk on the grass instead? So we have to use common sense as well. So whatever we do, however we do things, we have to focus, commit, and participate. FCP, like I've always said it for the past 20 years or so. So when we are leaders, now we are talking, we are all volunteers. How does one inspire the other person, or how does one convince the other person? How do we cooperate or collaborate, communicate properly without any conflict? Leadership has a lot of problems in itself. There can only be one president or one vice president, so one prime minister, Taoiseach, whatever it may be. They're all titles. So, but how are we going to keep the decorum? How are we going to motivate the others to stay on in line when we are doing things? Jealousy, envy, all starts. People are very, very envious, and they do not reveal that. Sometimes it's in them because they get jealous very, very fast. Oh, why should he be the leader and not me? Well, if the other person shows more leadership qualities and that can help other people, so why would anybody want to nominate the other person to be the leader? Some people are actually, they become leaders by themselves and others follow them. And then when they're good leaders, eventually they become dictators because they like to have certain policies their own way that suits them. So then they attract all the other people that we have trained. So but we have to have the satisfaction. Yes, we trained them. At least we did something good for them. But then on the other hand, on the negative side, they could join the wrong people and use our ideology, but then it's all a failure. So it comes back to us, oh, there was a bad. It was only a flash in the pan as leaders. So there's a lot to learn from. We can have different what do you call targets. We have different types of leadership. There are loads of types of leadership. But the most important to me personally is democracy. We have to elect the leaders democratically, not with this. And it happens in the NGOs, in the volunteer sector, politicians. It happens every day in all aspects of life. They do not want a woman there. They have this gender discrimination. So all of this comes in favorism in the families. So a child then resents, and then the child resorts to rejection. Then the child feels rejected, or an individual, an adult feels rejected. You could be having, from as a child, you grow up and you're still staying with your family, in the school, in the workplace. You have that thing in you to defend too much and attack all the time. So this is how people take over. You can go back to the greatest leaders, our greater leaders, our greatest leaders in this world. Many of them come back from childhood habits, how they are treated when they're children, and then racial discrimination starts, discriminating within your own community. That's how bullying starts as well. So many people are bullied into doing things, and other people go out of the platform, the frame, and bully others. So these are the little, what do you call that? Telltale signs, the characteristics of the personalities of people who sometimes, do you see the leadership quality in somebody? Somebody can just be new. They can just come within 3 months, 4 months, or 6 years, 6 months. They've taken over as a leader. And then there are people, members for 6 years who got nowhere. And then they form a subcommittee against the present leadership to topple them. So that happens everywhere and anywhere and any day, any place, anytime. So these are the things that we got to watch out for as good leaders. You look at them, but there are sometimes people who are very, very slow. Or they're stupid. They won't make good leaders. But at the end of the day, they are the ones who are the slow ones who are absorbing everything and taking everything in without revealing their leadership qualities because they want to do things at a slower pace. Then suddenly we notice that they are the ones who talk the least. They are the one who will be able to talk with a little quality time, quality.
Hello. Paul, I think you need to unmute on your side. You need to unmute on your side.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I can hear you actually. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
okay. So I'm going to just bring you on just to uh for a few minutes there, just for you to talk on leadership, what leadership means to you. You Yeah, sorry there. I think we couldn't hear you there again, Logan, but that's fine. So, Paul, do you want to just tell us what leadership and influence means to you? We would like you to put on your camera if you can.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. I'm coming.
Yeah, so today we're just talking on leadership. And for those of you that is watching us, if you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us on LinkedIn, our conversation today is on leadership and influence. In the leadership and influence. So I'll bring you just to quickly introduce yourself, uh, Paul Afolabi, to
Okay.
introduce yourself and tell us what leadership and influence means to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you for giving me the grace, the opportunity. I'm Afolabi Paul. I'm a practicing engineer and a businessman. And I am also in the social space. I'm a co founder of Erica Learners Foundation. We we help uh, people who are less advantaged and who don't have the space to quality education, and we work with also diaspora returnees in Nigeria, and leadership and influence, whether in the corporate space or in the social space, they look a bit interconnected, or identical. But it all depends on the goals, how or how we shape decisions, our behaviors, our perceptions that determines whether leadership and influence can be positive. That means can be in a progressive manner or not. And leadership, I see a leader as someone who is ready to set visions, ready to set strategies, and not doing it but using people, as the last speaker rightly said. Someone who is able to work in team, someone who is ready to drive performance, someone who is ready to make tough decisions under very uncertain circumstances. So that's the person I see as a leader. And to have influence in leadership, it involves persuasion. You have to be very persuasive, not bossy. This is what I mean. You have to be able to gain the trust of people around you, people you work with. So once you build trust and credibility, that means you are building a kind of social network. It motivates people to do what they believe they can't do for the positive. Eh, And what are a few things that has helped me as a person uh, when it comes to leadership? Because you have to be a good leader before you can influence people. Leadership is all about servantship. So if you're a good servant, you prioritize your team growth, you let people build that trust in you, then you now be able to influence them for the good. And one thing that has really helped me is having high emotional influence. Uh, I don't expect the same from everyone in the team. Rather, I accept the frailties, that's the inconsistencies of the human nature, the imperfection in us.
Mhm.
So it has really helped me. It has helped in my communication. It has helped to or draw people closer to me. That's what I call the emotional intelligence. So I put empathy in whatever I'm doing. I look at people's reaction. I want to I want them to understand themselves, be and be free with me. Then once I'm able to get in their trust, I believe yes, I will be able to work together as a team, and establishing credibility and trust helps in bringing out the best from them. Another thing that helps me also is building alliances across teams.
Okay.
Yes, building alliances across teams. I There are a few pitfalls. Yes, a few issues when it comes to leadership and influence. Because as I said earlier, you need to be a good leader before you can really influence people. One of such pushbacks I've had in this is not listening to people,
Mm,
possibly being irritated at some time. And these are just our personal, possibly I had a bad day, I didn't sleep enough at night, and
mm,
it affects my performance the next day. Eh, and sometimes I tend to stress or overstress some salient points. So I've learned now to overlook some issues. I don't have to be a perfectionist. So it's really helping me to be the best in leadership. And I still have a few setbacks. I still have a few setbacks because sometimes I just really want it perfect, but I've discovered that I everyone can do it the same way. I have to do it. So whatever way you do it, the most important is let's get results. So
mhm.
and another pitfall I see into leadership is relying on one's position instead of building relationship, building
Okay.
gaps. So
Okay.
once you believe, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and you allow that to push you, you discover that you are not really building influence, but rather people are having timid fear because they see you there. And once you're not there, the work is not done. So I don't
Mhm.
know how many minutes I'm for this,
No, no, yes, yes. I think I'm just going
or
to.
can
I'm
I
go-
keep talking again?
no, no. I'll stop you for now, and then we can. We'll go to the next slide.
Hello,
And yeah, yeah, just to shape the conversation. So, what leadership means to you today?
hello.
So, the question is, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
So please, if my time is up, you can. If you are listening to me, if my time is up, please you can beckon on me.
Yeah, yeah. You can stop for now.
Is that okay?
No, yes, you can stop for now. Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing anyway.
Okay. No. So, can you
So maybe
hear
you
me
can
now?
send a message on the chat box if my time
Yeah.
is up.
Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay. Let me send you a
And
message then.
one way I always encourage people around me to be a good leader, especially the younger folks that I work with as a team, is encouraging them to speak up whenever we are having meetings. Yes, speak. Let's hear from you too. Even if you have no idea, that no idea is an idea. So, and another way is asking for feedbacks. Whatever I do, I make sure I ask for feedbacks and I encourage people around me to please. If you want to be a good leader, always seek for people's comments after whatever you have a meeting. How did the meeting go? Did you enjoy it? Hope I didn't never goofed. How
Yeah.
was it? Appraise
Very
me.
good.
Hello. Yes. Uh, Afolabi, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So, I'm going to bring in a second question so that we
Okay.
can change, and then Logan will come in, and then after Logan, you can come in as well. So,
Okay.
the next question says that what leadership means to you today. like as of today, how do you see leadership in the community? What does it mean to you as a person? Your own personal leadership style. What is your own personal leadership style?
Okay.
So
Okay.
Logan, do you want let Logan come in and then you can come
No,
back again?
yeah, I think I had to get in 6 times. I had to get back in. There's something wrong very, very badly.
Yes, I had the
And
same issue too.
yes, and also, Susan, you said in the beginning you couldn't hear me. So
Yeah, no, I was hearing you. I was hearing you later on, but
yes,
there
but
was a
so that
time that
means there
I
was,
didn't
but
hear you
but what
again.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is there was a gap. That means you couldn't
Yes,
hear
there
me
was
for
a
a
gap.
while because
Yes, there
I
was a
heard you
gap.
say that a few times. So
Yeah.
obviously there's something wrong with the communication, and
No, no.
also are we being recorded today?
Yes, we have been. We are
Yes, we
live.
are.
We're live. We're live
Yes,
on
we
our
are live,
YouTube
but
channel.
there is obviously a recording, right? So we have to go back and check that recording, Susan, where we missed out or where we misheard or whatever it is, and we backtrack. So the
That's
thing
okay.
is, the question that you just mentioned just now, is it Victor? I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right person.
No, it's Paul. Paul is with
It's
us. Paul
Paul. Okay,
Afolabi.
so
Yeah,
this
Yes.
is
not
Paul.
Victor.
All right,
Yeah.
this
Mm.
is Paul. Fair enough. Okay, because I missed some of the stuff that you were saying in the very beginning when he introduced himself. But
Okay.
nevertheless, he had actually, as far as I'm concerned, he had already, in fact, answered in fact, answered the question to a certain degree when he
Yeah.
spoke in the beginning. So he's already actually answered, but that's not a problem. So now the thing is, we have a few minutes, about what you call 10 minutes left. So I will let the guest Paul speak. It's okay, so that I can we all learn from each other. So he's new. I rather that he answered the question how he benefits from it, because I'm a long time in this game. So it's better to hear from somebody new. Thanks.
Okay.
Afolabi. So the question
Yep.
is that, what is your own leadership style? What is your own leadership style?
Okay. To me now, leadership is not about being in control, having authority. I see leadership now about from the point of responsibility, having positive influence, stewardship. That means I should be able to give account of whatever I've done, and I see it like I see leadership now as servantship. Yes,
Yeah.
and as you grow in the corporate society or in the social space, we tend to see more of we should see it more of servantship than just being in control. And to me, leadership means uh,
So
all of us as a team
in one word,
performing.
what leadership
Mhm.
means to you is servantship, serving other
Correct.
people.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask another question. When which is part of some of the things you've said before,
Okay.
that is building trust through enterprise and integrity. So as a leader, there's two characteristics you have to have. People needs to be able to trust you, and you have to be a person of integrity. Now, remember, we're talking about wise men, because the focus of this leadership is basically about men in the community. So,
Mhm.
as a man, in order to build your, to be called a leader, people needs to be able to trust you, and you need to have integrity. Can you
Correct.
just elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, in practice, I see leadership as building a culture of accountability, uh, collaboration, and continuous improvement. If people trust me, they trust my expertise.
Mhm.
Once I delegate tasks for them, they want to do it to the best ethical standard. So they want to create a standard on which
Mhm.
to achieve it. And
Mhm.
that shows that leadership is it's it should people learn from you. So if you give the freedom to express themselves or do things the way they understand instead of putting them, these have to come before these have to come. All we need is results. So once you give people freedom and they trust you in your leadership, they
Yeah.
tend to develop their own skills intuitively and bring results. So leadership is all about impact. It's I don't measure leadership now as the control I have over people, but I see the strength. So just see people wanting to take the little steps and getting the results done.
Yeah, yeah, that is fantastic. Yeah, and though we know that nothing is straightforward when it comes to leadership, but how do you develop a genuine relationship in leadership? How do you develop that genuine relationship? I'm going to quickly read something
Okay.
out now
I
before. Just
okay.
hold on there, Paul. So
Mm,
leadership is today in today's content requires authenticity,
mhm,
emotional intelligence. Now
mm.
last month we talked on emotional intelligence with men, so it's coming back to that again. So now that we're talking about leadership, it's just making reference to the fact that emotional intelligence, men emotional intelligence, come to place, guiding other towards shared goal while fostering trust within the team and the organization. Like, what that is saying is that you build trust within
Right.
your organization, and it unites you together. So that's what
Mhm.
that is saying there. um so just let's talk a little bit about developing genuine relationship. So, relationship in leadership. I was it recently, I was having a conversation with someone. I was actually having an interview, I'll say, and I was talking about, as a leader, if you're leading a team, people have to see that you genuinely care for them. Not just you saying I care, but they have to see the genuineness of that, the fact that you say you care. And that
Right.
is when you can build a good, trusting a relationship with integrity. So what is your view on that, Paul? Are you still with us?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm here.
So
I'm here.
what is your view on that?
So my view on that is that
And you can give us an example.
good. At the moment I love empowering individuals by delegating effectively and trusting in their expertise. This is what we need. This is the end result. So please do it your own way and to the best ethical standards. So I've used that skill in building good teams around me so that I don't have to be in every place a particular time. So once I create a good positive rapport with you while I'm there, I delegate it to you. Keep doing it, and I trust on your expertise. You know you are going to go do the best. Even the little achievement, the slightest achievement, they make I explode it. I hype it. Then they feel that utility, the satisfaction in them comes out, and I make sure I lead them. I lead people so that they whatever they are doing can really align with the broader strategy on the table. So this is what you want to do, and I think XYZ way can be done, but there are other ways, not a thousand ways to kill a rat. So and it has really been helpful.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I don't know if Logan wanted to put anything into that, but if not, we go into the next one. So the next thing says articulate your vision clearly and persuasive. So what is your vision as a leader? So either through in your home as a man, as a husband, what is your vision? As a friend, what is your vision? As a community leader, or in your business, because you have your own entrepreneur. So what is your vision?
Okay. So my vision is multifaceted, but it's binds to only one thing. I like setting measure goals, and I want to stick to them. And if the goals are measurable,
Yeah.
they are attainable.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
time we can keep shifting those goals gradually. So I don't expect my vision is not a geometric progression when it comes to results. Let it be
Mm-hmm,
arithmetic.
mm-hmm.
So just a few centimeters each. Then after a period of a year or two, or few weeks or days or months, we can really measure great growth. So
Okay.
that's been
So
my
what? So what you're saying is that is a visual. It's a vision in motion. Your vision is a vision in motion. It just
correct.
yeah.
So
It's
I
a
do
vision in
what I do is
motion.
that I set measurable goals,
Yeah.
either short term, medium term, and long term.
Mm-hmm.
But I want the result to be very viewable. Let it be something that we can really track. Because
Mm-hmm.
each of those short term goals, when we now look at them, yeah, they look small, so minute. It's not really okay. Possibly, okay, we are thinking of how to have X numbers of customers. And
Yeah. Yeah.
for this year, for this month, we are targeting probably possibly 28. Okay, for say, okay, 29 for next month.
Yeah.
It's one, it's just one, it's quite attainable.
Mm-hmm.
But after the period of 1 year, that means we are bringing in 12 customers to the 28 we already have. So at the end of the year, we can now see that we are having 40 customers. But before at the start of the year, if we say, okay, we're having 28 and
Yeah.
now we need 40 before the end of
Mm-hmm.
this year, everybody say, ah, no, 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 it's not possible.
Yes.
Even this 28, we can't. It's it's like a
Mm.
magic. But once those the KPIs, the
Mm-hmm.
goals are very minute
Yeah.
over time, we'll make sure that we'll see that we get there. So I love visuals that are
That
trackable.
are in motion, that are goals that
Yes.
are measurable, but
Measurable.
in bit by bit, and then
Yes.
you just go with it like that in flow.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk about challenges, because as a leader there's always challenges that you face as a
Mhm.
leader. And these challenges, we can't overlook them, you know. So when we talk about over how do we overcome challenges as leaders, and especially not just as leaders alone, but as men uh in a position of leadership, because men being a man comes with a lot of other responsibility.
Mhm.
Your leadership start from home, as a father, as a brother. There's so many responsibility that goes with that. And then overcoming those challenges that you have. So there's two things I want you to look at when you're talking about challenges. How assertive are you in terms of balancing with empathy and fostering stronger kind of team or dynamic relationship? How assertive are you in your decision making? Then do you have a work life balance? Do you have a work life balance? Because we see that also as challenges. And to be assertive as well is a challenge. So, how do you deal with those two things? How do you balance work life balance? And how do you become an assertive leader within your own feed?
Okay. Now, first, being assertive, one key that's helped me is communicating effectively. To the best of my knowledge, team, I like to be very concise, and clear and concise. Just go straight. But one thing that has really helped me is feedback, using feedback mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't just want to do all the talking. I want to make sure that I listen to people's view, because I alone can't push it. I can't get results. In the past, because of this tendency, sometimes I tend to, inside my head, I move like 1,000 km/h inside my head.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, I discovered that you can't drive a car for more than 150 kilometer per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But in my head, I drive like 1,000 kilometers. So
Yeah.
hence, I now want to, okay, no, we are going at 150 kilometers. That's the BRS minimum we should be going. So, and if at all, possibly we are going at 149 or 148. So we won't exceed 150 for this month.
Finish
I'm
them now.
pretty sure, okay, the difference
Yeah.
is just mild and we get it done. We fire it up. Okay. So it's by communicating effectively. It has really helped me
Mhm.
to handle prayer. And the second question, please.
Work and life balance. I
Oh,
work life balance.
okay.
Adventure.
Work-life balance. It's on my phone, on my tablet, all my electronic devices goes on do not disturb mode at 9 p.m. automatically. 9 p.m. all devices goes into do not disturb mode. So it's not a time to check emails. It's not
Mhm.
even if you send me messages, it's just coincidence. Possibly I'm playing with my phone, okay, then I can see. But I don't expect to reply to emails,
Mm.
WhatsApp message after 9. Or even if you call me, it will just ring. It's only when I
Mm.
go there, pick the phone later, I go, oh, this person called me 20 minutes ago or called me 3 hours ago. And I don't respond to messages at night. Even if I see that email, I won't respond to it. It affects
Mhm.
my sleep. I won't be able
Mm.
to. My brain start working again, and I want my brain to cool down. So that's so I've created a structure for myself over the years, and it has been working for me. It's not a perfect one. I have issues sometimes with people sending messages. I called you around 9:30. Oh, sorry, please. Oh, I never knew. I'm
Mhm.
just seeing the message now. So
Mhm.
that's been very hard to create a good structure between work and modest life.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. So before we close the the day, I'm going to quickly say just read this out, and then each of us can just give an overview of what leadership really, what takeaway, when we do this, there's always a takeaway you want people to take away from the whole topic conversation on leadership and influence. So then you can do your takeaway. But before that, I'm going to read this. Leadership is the ability to guide people towards shared goal. The ability to guide people toward a shared goal. While influence is the power to shape how others think or behave. So that those are the distinct things between a leadership. Leadership is somebody that guides, whereas the influence is the power that you hold to be able to shape how others think and behave. Together, they form the core of effective teamwork and organization. And if you can give an example of one leader that you know, which should be a male leader, do you see both in them, leadership and influence? Now, I can think of one person just to mention, and that when you look at that person, you see leadership, and then you see influence in that person. Do you know what I mean? You see leadership, you see like this person has a leadership traits, and they can influence people to follow them. They can influence people to believe in them. So for example, I'll use my president as an example, President Tinubu. um I use him as an example, the president of Nigeria. Now, you can see that leadership trait in him, but not just only that, you can see that he has the ability to influence people and change. And that is something that we can challenge, if we wanted to. But that's what I see in him. He's a leader that has the leadership trait in him and has the influence to be able to get people to follow him, and and that allows him to be able to lead people the way he has really that is moving his leadership within the whole country, and people can see it. I'm sure that we're not debating whether he's the best leader or not, or how powerful he has used his influence, because like every leadership has its own challenges in itself. But that is how she is one person I can say And there's so many lot of people that I can talk of, but I'm using that because it's a well-known person, and it's so obvious to see how his leadership, the leadership and influence, how he balances together. And I think one of the things we're talking about now is that he's trying to make Nigeria one party nation. I don't know how he's going to do that, but I think he's influencing the nation into the direction of one party. But how possible that is, I doubt it. So tell us, what is your own? Give us one person that you think you can remember or you can think of as a leader that protects, has those two characteristics in them: leadership and influence.
Okay. Can I go on or
Yeah, go ahead, go
will the
ahead. Then
next
lockdown we
guest
come in.
speaker? Okay.
Lockdown we close
Yeah.
today.
One person that I strongly respect. There are a few people in different spaces, but
Mm-hmm.
let me just go back to what Nigeria as a country is. One of the uh, emerging
Leader.
economies,
Yeah.
emerging economics in Nigeria, which is the music, movie, and the film industry.
Yeah.
The Afrobeat industry. One of such leader I can see it's
Yes. Yes.
Olamide,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Don Jazzy.
And
Yes,
Don
these are very
Jazzy.
young. These are very young guys, but
Mm-hmm.
they are young have a lot of influence in the
In the
foreign
music
direct
industry.
investment into
Yes, they
Nigeria
have a lot of influence in the
in the
music
music
industry.
industry.
Yeah, and you
Yes,
can
that now
actually
the
see.
Hollywood,
Yeah.
yeah, the Hollywood American actors and musicians, they most of them now have properties in Lagos, Nigeria, because they want
Mm-hmm.
to partner with the Nigerian Hollywood music Afrobeat singers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's because of the leadership qualities of these very young men.
Yeah.
Olamide is should be about maybe 37 or so. He's not even up to 40, but he has a lot of influence
Mm-hmm.
that he has brought into, and
Mm-hmm.
is bringing in a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
bringing in a lot of respect into the
Yeah.
industry. Yeah. So that's
Yeah. Thank
leadership
you.
and creating a lot of influence in the
Influence
music
as well.
space.
Yeah, his leadership is a leadership of influence because it possesses the two characteristics,
Mhm.
because it's not just leading, but it influences so many young people within the industry, and nationwide, globally, it does influence a lot of people as well. Globally, you can
And
see it.
now we are having Grammy awardees from Nigeria, from other places of Africa too,
Yes,
the whole continent of Africa,
Africa itself, the
which never
older
happened for many years, for many decades.
in decades. Yeah, yeah. So I'll read this quote from Roland Reagan. It says, the greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing, but the one who gets people to do the greatest thing. So it's not about you doing everything. It's about you having the ability to get people to do things. And so if you see, as a leader, you are able to bring people together, and then what the influence there is that you are able to get them to do everything. So in that quote, it's just, you can see both leadership and influence. So as a leader, you bring people together, but what really defines your leadership is the ability to get people to actually do those things, do it effectively, and that is when you really influence the people. Logan, are you ready to do the closing?
Yes, I mean, um, very enlightening, very educational. Well, enlightening speaks for itself. I think it was unfortunately we did have enough people, but then people like Paul here, I mean, with their own skills and what they've learned and what they're willing to pass
Maybe,
on, is very, very good. Uh,
he's
wonderful
having
leadership
issues
skills. Sorry?
with the media
Yeah,
platform.
no, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, and the simple fact that when people
You
share
mean
the
I?
spirit,
Or
No, no,
Logan?
Logan is talking. Logan is talking here.
Okay.
Okay, the fact that Paul has enlightened us with what his experiences are and about vision, mission, and motivational skills and inspirational skills, they are very, very broad, and they actually come into the picture completely. And we earlier on we talked about the greatness and how great things are done and what Ronald Reagan, the American actor and
Is it
former
still talking,
president,
please?
and former president has of the USA estate in the 80s. Now they all come in, and many of them learn also through the scripts of the movies or other things. And we talked about actors, and in Nigeria, and they can be idols. They can be idolized, but at the same time, people must follow their goodness, not the bad things or the wrong things. One man's food is another man's poison. So just because somebody follows somebody doesn't mean that they're right. Like a President Tinubu, everybody is talking very, very low and bad about him, and yet he was dining with Prince Charles as the first Muslim Nigerian leader. So these are the things that we've got to take into account of what's happening on the other side of the world today. And these are the poor leadership skills. We have very good so-called very good leaders, and on the other side we have very, very bad leaders, but their own nations consider them to be very good leaders. So it's simply summarized up like what I said: one man's food is another man's poison. So to me, like I said, my only model role is Jesus and no other person as a human being. But that is my view, not so much religious, because I'd already decided that he was a model role when I was sort of 12 years old or 13 years old, whatever, or 15, doesn't matter. But the fact is, when somebody makes a mark in you, you tend to follow them blindly as well. So in the thing about Jesus, also, he never taught anything projected or anything negative. It was all about love and kindness, sharing, caring, and all these positive attributes in life. So that is what we have to aim for. But many of us get sidetracked along the way, and then we come back, we go off in a tangent, and then we come back to the main course again. So many people have pitfalls because of greed and envy, and they're not willing to share as much anymore. I'm a very transparent person. I share everything that I can with anybody, even my enemies, so-called enemies. Let them learn. But they take the good points, but many of the points they take it into negativity. So we have faith and hope in somebody, and then they become there, and then they change this whole scenario to their own whims and fancies. So this is where the danger is about leadership. We can all be great leaders, right? But what are we good for? Like about doing greater things for the other people. But how many of leaders today actually get everybody else to do greater and better things for the community? I'll stop that on a note. And thank you for everybody for coming. And hopefully we'll get more people to come to the next round on the third of our series. And looking forward to seeing you all and have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you very much. Paul, do you want to say anything before we go?
Yeah, no, nothing much to say.
Okay.
Uh, nothing
So
much.
what your advice be to a younger self on leadership?
Okay. My advice will be to overcome challenges. It comes with time. And to the younger self, I should be a better listener, and I should, yeah, better listener. That's sacrosanct. And I shall say resistance to change by people. I shouldn't take resist change personal, but I should see it as something that is inseparable from the human being. So that's
Thank
the
thank
advice to myself.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you to all of you that have joined us today. So this is Time with Wise Men, when men come together to share on their own experiences and we have conversation with them. So this is an initiative that is powered by the Afro in Diaspora Center. And we bring men together to talk about different topics, have conversational on different topics. So it's a monthly event. We do this every month. We come together, we pick a topic, and we talk about it. So this is our third series for the year, which this afternoon we talked about leadership and influence. And if you want to join the group of men, you can easily, if you're watching today now, you can see these on LinkedIn and you can see it on YouTube channel. And if you like to join the men, be part of this conversation, you need to go onto our website. If you go to www.artcenter-island.com, I'm going to put that out there. You will see it if you're watching either on YouTube, and if not, you can just go, just look at all the flyers there. You might find our contacts on it, or you can drop a message on our LinkedIn, or you can drop a message on YouTube, and we'll reach out to you. So to all the wise men outside there, leadership and influence, make sure that when you're leading, wherever you're leading, you are able to influence other people in a good way, in a very positive ways, in your leadership, and in how you do your operate your leadership style. So thanks to those of you that are watching. Drop your comments. We'll be looking forward to read some of your comments on either YouTube or on our LinkedIn. If you watch us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. So if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Is a new channel for Time with Wise Men. So if you're watching on YouTube, do subscribe to us on YouTube channel. And thank you very much. I think the next topic now. I'm good. Let me quickly look at what the next topic is. Just to gear up our interest and just to prepare people for the next topic there. And while we're waiting there, just to say a big thank you to our chairperson in person of Logan Raju. Always, that shows what shows leadership, commitments. That's what shows leadership. And thank you again today, Paul, for joining us. Paul Afolabi is joining us for the first time, and I'm hoping to see more of you. Thank you very much, Paul, for taking your time out to join us. So in April, we're going to talk about family and fatherhood. Family and fatherhood. So all the fathers out there, if you like to be part of that, that is a great conversation. And again, when we spoke about emotional intelligence, you can see how this came out again in our conversation when we're talking about leadership and influence. And when we are talking about family and fatherhood, I'm sure all those things we've talked about in the past is going to come out. Leadership, identity, emotional intelligence, all this is going to be packed full. So come and join the next conversation. And thank you very much for all of you that join us today. Before we go, I'm just going to quickly play some music there just to take us out. I'll put some music on there. So hopefully you guys will love it.